things ready. Getting things ready. Shit. What in the world? No. Let's see how far we get today. Okay. Let me get my shit together here. Cat under helmet. Yep, we certainly do. We just, so this will be a $15 best of 3, just a quick best of 3. This is all the time Orangepest and Brosras has. We have, we just did the coin toss, and Orangepest won the flip, so he's going to pick faction. And we're going to be playing on version 2 Ploesti. No surprises. We've done a best of 3, 5, and 7 with all kinds of excellent players. Brosras and Orangepest haven't played on this map since the tournament, so they're gonna see a significant step up in quality on this. So we're gonna get their feedback and save these replays and use those for more data collection for the map, and hopefully just have some kick-ass games here. Yep, I ought to fix the scores here. Mostly because neither of these guys are playing. They're just getting squared away. I'm gonna get a little water while they get ready. Hype. How do you come to these face-offs? Do you ask them to play on a map for their feedback, or they have a bet among themselves? I am taking a page out of Sturm Tiger Gaddafi's book, which is just, I'm hosting a cash game. I'm looking for competent, higher-level players, which Orangepest and Brosras both represent. I'll say, hey guys, do you want to do best of 3, 5, or 7, depending on how much time they have? And I'll just say, okay, like this game's $15. They'll fight to the death, and after I'll save all the replays so I can analyze them myself, because those are extremely important. And then they'll give me some of their feedback based on how they felt the game went. And the goal here, the only reason I'm bothering with this, is because in order to get good feedback, you need both players to want to win. If the players don't want to win, if their heart isn't in the game, if their heart isn't in the game, they're not going to be playing their best, because they're not playing their best, that's going to influence how they play the match, how they perceive the map. Importantly, it's like poker. Like if poker players aren't playing for money, they play completely differently than if they're playing for money. So in order to up the stakes, we find a good, even, high-level opponent. We stream it so that they get some exposure, which is always good for the players. And the stream also, well, the stream does a couple things. It's fun. It gives the players exposure, which is a good thing. And it gives the public a chance to look at the map and think about it and talk about it. And from that, sometimes good feedback is also extracted. And again, like, I am a world builder, I'm a map maker, I'm not a caster, I'm just doing my best at the casting, but my goal is to make the best maps possible. And I've been streaming this map particularly a bunch because this map has the fundamental building blocks to be a very good 1v1 map. So I'm pursuing this one, and I think we should see some good stuff. I actually don't remember which version. I know it's version 2, but I did a bunch of smaller fixes earlier, and I don't remember if I actually I don't remember if I published that one or if it was something else. They just had some weird glitch. They're working it out. This is version 0.31. Okay, so this is gonna have the yellow cover in front. The base is there, and the rest of that makes sense. Okay. Thanks, Cap. We're doing our best here. Doing our best. Okay, apparently they don't have version 3, I'm not sure, or version 2 rather. The one thing I do need to update on this is the tactical map. The tac map, I have a friend of mine who does the tac map. Yeah, this is the right version. Yeah, no, we're good. They're just trying to get the map stuff sorted out. That doesn't always work smooth. I think everybody here understands that. Shouldn't be more than another 5 minutes. I'll put a timer up there. That timer is very not accurate. Okay, they're getting in now. They're getting closer. Who else is playing today? Happy Cat. To your hands. That could be God knows who. Some more of the Ruka guys are playing. Okay. Typo. I don't see a typo. Of course, I'm not the best speller either. English is not my major whatsoever. Just waiting for the game to get going here. Brosras is looking for an invite, so they're squaring it away. This one, how you doing, buddy? getting going here. They're figuring things out. Oh. Oh, the wonderful world of KO2, where things don't work because the game never was quite finished. This fucking game. Thank you very much for the follow. Sorry I didn't see who that was. I'm trying to sort this shit out here. Oh, just some technical difficulties with the maps. That timer is bullshit. Sorry. Oh, KO, you wonderful, wonderful whore of a game. Let's see. I don't know if these guys are hobos. I mean, these guys are pretty good, right? Pretty good players. Hobos would be like me and Sturm Tiger Gaddafi fighting. Like that would be hobo fights. That'd be rough. Oh God. Really? Just work. You fuckers. You know what? While they're dicking with this, I'm also going to do the same thing because I just know if I sit here and we wait like a proper setup, this is just going to give us problems. For the record, guys, they're having issues right now with the with the Relic servers giving them the map. You could ask me why that is, but you would have to direct your question to Relic. You know, this whole mapping download thing was figured out. It's now 22 years ago when StarCraft was out. You would host a game, and then your opponent would just download the map that you have, and you would play. That was 22 years ago. I was 14. You understand when they figured this out? I now own a house, like, and they still haven't figured this shit out. It's just oh God. Jesus Christ. All right. Okay, see here. See this? This downloaded. We'll sit here and it'll wait. There's this delay. No one knows why. And then it will tell me when it's downloaded. You can see data is changing over here as it plugs in stuff that's sub 2 and not sub 2. And as soon as it detects that this map isn't there, it'll download it. And there it is, downloading. The download itself happens quickly, but Jesus fucking Christ, it takes forever for everything to kind of wake up. It's almost like the map itself, or the Relic servers are I don't know, busy pinging other data. I don't know. I feel like there's not that much going to or from Relic, so I don't know what, you know, I don't know. Hell, I don't know. All I know is this worked in 1998. With much, much worse internet. Rocking dial-up and this shit was working fine. Why don't we just do it like this? Brosras. Okay. This is beyond. Okay. All right, we got one of them. Uh-oh, Big Daddy G is here. Thanks for the sub, buddy. How you doing, Storm Tiger? You having fun? You having a good weekend? You enjoying this quarantine fun zone that we're in? Brosras is working on his, he's got some issue with his map folder that's screwed up. Again, this is not Brosras' fault. This is Relic's fault. There's no reason that we should have these kinds of issues. And back in 1998, there was a game called StarCraft. I was 14 at the time, and I was living in my mom's basement. And you could host a game and play it, and the other guy would just download the map that the host had, and it was that simple. And it never failed, to my recollection, though I was very young. It's now 22 years later. I'm married, I own a house, and the internet is about 1,000 times better than it used to be. And apparently, this still has not been solved. This riddle has not been figured out. Must be the house. Had you not bought it, Relic. I find that hard to believe, Storm Tiger. I find that hard to believe indeed. But, I mean, shit, I don't know. It's just one of those things. And you know what's funny? As difficult as it is sometimes for people to get all their map stuff squared away in Code 2, it was about 10,000 times harder in Code 1. We had to use like 3 custom tools to get it all to work, and it was a fucking nightmare. That was difficult. This is annoying. That was straight up difficult, and that was still after. And this is true, 1998. But yeah. I think we're on the home stretch, guys. Storm Tiger, did you see the Master League is up to 787 a month? It's so close to 800. If we hit the $800 mark, that means every 2 months we get a $1,600 tournament every 2 months. That is off the chain. Very exciting. Although we're not quite at 800, but we're pretty goddamn close. I'm sure we'll make it there by then. Okay, Brosras just said he is ready. And now, I think we're getting close. That looks correct to me. Oh. I want to see Ploesty just pop up on my screen. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, 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 I just want to see it pop up, and there it is, motherfucker. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Holy monkeys. That only took 41 minutes. Holy shit. Ugh. Okay. We're actually getting going. Let's see if the delay timer is on or off. It might still be on. If it is, that's all right. We'll just bum around and look at the map a little bit because there have been changes. They didn't. That's not surprising because they were probably hauling ass to get going. Totally fine. We are in version 0.31 of Ploesty Outskirts. After a best of 7 with Von Ivan, and there's a best of 5, a best of 7, and a best of... Thank you, Storm Tiger. And a best of 3. This will be another best of 3. And after all those games, we've had some changes. This hedgerow has been scooched to scooch with yellow cover added on both sides to prevent easy shots to murder. The cutoffs have been modified, so those are no longer VPs. VP spread is centered. The munitions point has been pushed towards the inside of the map to make it more attractive. And overall, pathing has been improved. Aesthetics have been improved. You know, the usual technical details that need to be worked out have been worked out. The bases have actually been pushed, not the geometry of the bases, but the base center has been pushed back a scooch from the center. These pipes used to be just a scooch longer. They were shortened up a bit. These pipes are shot blockers and line of sight blockers. They behave just like hedgerows, except that they can be destroyed by medium tanks, and it takes much less direct fire to remove them. So think of it as a squishier hedgerow, and you're in the right ballpark. People kept misidentifying this right here as a door, so I put a fan in front of it. You know, because fans don't go in front of doors. The cutoffs on these corners were scooched in a bit. There used to be walls here. Those walls have also been removed. Cover out here was reworked. The entire map was actually squished in the width direction about 40 meters, making it thinner. This is actually smaller geometrically, at least, than Crossroads now, which I see as a good thing with this design. Yeah, that's about it. and we can begin the shit show. Momentarily. Oh no, what have I done? Oh god, there we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Finally. We have in the north is the Soviet Union, Brosras. And in the south, we have Orangepest as the Austere. This will be a best-of-3 cash game. This is the most time that these fine gentlemen had to play. So we're going to get what we can get here. We are playing on Pulaski Outskirts version 2.31. I should probably put that in the description as well, but neither here nor there. And we'll see what happens. How come nobody ever made an Ardennes themed map? That's a fair question, actually. How come nobody has made an Ardennes fucking themed map? I don't know. Maybe because it's winter and there's some sort of thematic issue with winter maps. It's not as colorful, like the colors. I don't know. There's something about the winter maps that put people off. Do I know what it is? Absolutely not. Not exactly, anyways, but that's okay. Orangepest going for Sulkren's build. That seems to be the meta these days, and going for the Tiger Ace version of that build. He's taking the left side via a relatively normal capping order, while Brosras gets 2 engineers and his lovely suicidal squads here. Everyone capping up in a pretty docile manner. Orangepest getting out there a scooch faster. Grenadier is being thrown into this build. That is a very wise move. We've seen time and time again. People go Assault Grens, and the Assault Grens get caught off guard by light vehicles, and they lose. Because they don't have a snare, though they do have a pack or possibly Shreks. I think this Gren mixed in is going to be a very good addition to his forces. And the first shots in anger are about to be fired! Nope. These guys are going to peacefully coexist with the map split in 2 for a while. More penals coming out from Brosras. And Orangepest goes for a second Gren. Okay, that's interesting. So he's getting 2 snares. I would have almost expected 2 Assault Grens here. But he's going for 2 regular Grens. Totally fair. First blood is being spilled as we speak. And immediately combat explodes all over the map. Assault Grens pushing off the penals. Engineers facing off against Piles. Piles pretty strong close range because of the MP40s. Oh, sorry. Yep, thank you for reminding me about the arty. Didn't mean to have that on after the splash screen. Hits a landmine. Grens go down. Thank you, Jerry. Or Gary. Jerry? Gary? Why is it spelled with a G? Gren's pushing off the engineers here. They're going to have to go home. They're ill-equipped to deal with this. Orangepest looking for some wipes with the Assault Grens. Assault Gren's going to push through here. Possibly get a wipe. He's got an MG42 to support as well. MGs go down like Nixon. And Orangepest picking up an early win. Penals pop into the Stronghouse. Orangepest does get the strong cap. He can use that strong green cover to post up, but he decides to fall back. Clown car coming into the center. Where are those wonderful snares we were talking about earlier? They're not super far away. MG falls back on a soft retreat. Gren's Piles coming in to support. That should give him just enough capability to take out this penal. MG's posting up on the right side. I think he's expecting some kind of a flank here. Brosras grabbing the left side cutoff. He's going to be able to get that relatively uncontested for the moment. Third penal cooking for Brosras. I bet he's missing his other piece right now. Oh, huge cutoffs. Brosras gets everything of Orangepest cut off at the moment. That is a great pickup. You can see how the center of the map is cut. The right side and the left side are cut. And despite, even if he recaps this, he's still missing out on his high equipment on the left side there. Penal's doing well, though. They got to do a little bit of a soft retreat dance here to get away from the MG42. Clown car moving right is going to contest the fuel over there, possibly go for the cutoff yet again. Otherwise, Orangepest will be sitting on 2 fuels. Oh, Kobe nade! Rest in peace. Misses. Brosras coming down the center with double penals. I don't think he has the medical bunkers up quite yet. Or the medics up yet. Salkren's in a bit of a bind here, as usual. Light vehicles wrecking havoc on them. Orangepest about to reconnect left side. He does now have double fuels yet again, but the penals should be able to change that quickly. Grenz wisely retreat. MG42 trying to post up. Gunner goes down. Second gunner goes down. Penals. Third gunner goes down. What is this madness? This guy just had to watch his friends die. Trying to man an MG. Very brutal. Shock troops coming out for Brosras. Orangepest does critically save the MG there. That was close. Alright, 222 on the field. Just about every time I see a 222 come on the field trying to support Assault Gren doctrines, a T-70 comes out and just ruins the Ausтер's day. But he does have regular Grens for snares, so that should be able to change things. Orangepest trying to give a wipe or at least ruin some models here. Not really getting great bursts given the movement, but he's going to move left to try to get these penals moved off. Do we see any upgrades on AT? This penal squad here is getting the AT upgrade. Shock. Oh no, shocks are killing everything. Faust coming in. And the snare absolutely saves the day. That's a great lesson in getting snares. If he did not get snares, that would have been a dead Assault Gren squad. And shocks are just so strong at this point in the game. Jesus Christ. They're obviously garbage at medium or long range, but if they can get close to you, they are absolutely horrifically powerful. And Brosras badly needed to at least deny one of the fuels here. 222 getting more pot shots off. There is some smoke thrown from the shocks on the right. He wants to finish capping up that cutoff. AT's popped on the penals here. They're going to be able to push up to 222. Friends have a good spot to post up, but they do see the shocks coming in and wisely retreat. Orangepest grabs his fuel yet again. Brosras sitting on quite a bit of fuel, but he doesn't seem to have his tiers up yet. The T-70 coming in, you know, roughly now-ish is the real devastating unit that turns everything around. But given that there are snares scattered about with these double Grens, I think he'll be okay. He does get P-Grens here. Is he going to get Shreks? Not yet. MG42 does get pushed off. No surprises there. Seems like the shocks aren't as squared away in the car in terms of accuracy, but that's to be expected. Just action all over the map right now. The shocks coming in, getting into a bit of a dangerous position here as the 222 is going to chase. The Allies' only A2 unit falling off as well. Orangepest going to recap the right side and deny fuel while Brosras flips fuels on the left. Those penals very likely going to cap and go home. Does cap, does go home. Orangepest grabbing the right side of the map. A lot of fuel here from Brosras, still sitting on... Okay, there it goes. Starting to pop his tier. A lot of AT in on this 222, has to go home. The M3 is in big trouble. Right, that's an M3. Yep, not the M5. Although the axes do have to fall back here. The MG42's got to be a little bit careful if he gets cut off here on the right side. Grens are trying to support, get some good shots to wipe a model. 222's getting shots in on the shocks. It's about as good as you can hope for. MG's trying to get around these barrels so he can get LOS on this. It looks like they're going to hop in the building just in time. They do. Although he does take a suppression debuff there. Okay, that's another way to get rid of him. Incendiary rounds pop in. 222 still weakening those shocks. MG42 has to go home. Oh, Assaultgrens pop into the house and just in time to put down some more fire on these penals. Wiping a model, possibly two. Nope, just one. Oh, Kobe nade goes into the shocks. Oh, and he falls back. Good nade there. No graphical explosion. That was a little strange. Pack is out for Orangepest, as I suspect he'll go to tier 3. And the T-70 begins to cook for Brosras. Orangepest continuing to cap up the right side of the map. VP's flipping here. The M3 did survive that MG42 burst on the left side, so he's going to continue to be a pain in the ass. And the VPs are in Orangepest's favor, if not temporarily. Scout car getting some more damage in there. Very likely almost vet 2. Yeah, 3/4 of vet 2. Now, the T-70 coming out is going to be the make or break moment here. When he comes onto the field, he has to do a lot of damage, possibly wipe some squads, or get rid of the pack to maintain his dominance. I have not seen any tellers yet. Good first, great first shot from the pack there. Getting some damage in. Assaultgrens moving left. Action just on every corner of the map here. Assaultgrens trying to hold off the shocks. They have to go home. MG42 is reloading while he sits up. Relic, please give us a manual reload button. I believe Orangepest would be screaming for one right now, and I would not blame him one bit. T-70 knows there's a pack on the field, so he's going to be a little bit more careful than he usually would be, unless he wants to use his speed to flank around the opposite side of the map here. 222 moving right to support the rest of the infantry there. Both factions swapping fuel and munis right now. 222 gets a good burst on the M3. Smoke nade goes in, no surprises. Assume they both have healing, they do, yep. MG42 sets up on a real nice position on the right here. It's going to have basically line of sight on anything that comes in from that direction. What is that, scout car? Scout plane? Recon coming in from Brosras. Seeing all here. Another smoke pops from the shocks. He wants to get that cap, and he does. Brosras looking to find the pack. Very interesting play indeed. T-70 pushes off the Grens on the right. They have swapped positions from as far as fuel and munis is concerned, but the VP bleed is still in Orangepest's favor. 222 getting some pot shots off on the recon. More shocks pop for Brosras. That recon plane just living the dream. He's taking hits there. And goodbye, scout plane. Everyone licks their wounds and tries to get into the best possible positions. The pack's caught off guard here. No snares in position whatsoever either. Ren's got to turn around and support their buddy. Pack gets behind the hedge. He's trying to get some reinforcement off. MG42 setting up here. 222's trying to get a little bit of fire in. Is he going to be able to get a Faust in time? Not even close. MG42 has to go home. He's got units capping up the right. He doesn't want to commit them to this fight. Left side, there's combat too. Penals might get wiped here. Definitely going to get wiped by those Assaultgrens. They go down hard. A million shocks coming into the center of the map here. It's going to get real close to the MG42 range if he's not careful. Pack sets up. Gets a great shot off of the T-70. Keep in mind that this hedgerow kind of demarks where the MG42 range is. Pilots have to go home.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
222's being a little aggressive here. The penals getting shots in. Okay, those forces that were not committed to the last fight are going to come into the center here. Probably try to get a good flank off. Shock's coming in left side. Throws a nade on top of the MG. No, it's a smoke. That's going to give him exactly what he needs to send the Axis home. Sulgrin's facing off against Shocks here with support. Pack gets another shot in on the T-70. T-70 might eat another shot before he goes home. Well, Sulgrin's rushing up. Pack moving up. Orangepest getting back in this game here. Although he was never really out of it, to be fair. Oh, Pack does set up. And then picks up again. Pack can't quite decide what to do here. Resources are still relatively even, despite the pushes here and the action just on every corner of the map.
We are losing a sector.
That was a bit of a strange retreat in the north, but alright. He might have wanted to get reps on the T-70 quickly, so he just pulled him back. That's fair. Orangepest finally breaks free on the left side. It's going to cap that up. Penal's posting up against the Peagrens. And the Pack ready to rock and roll in the center. A Panzer IV and Peagrens cooking at the same time from Orangepest. And the map goes quiet. These guys have been like just smashing into each other and then waiting. It's like a hammer hitting an anvil. It's just this massive explosion and then nothing for a while they gear up, and then another massive explosion. That's a fair question. Is that a normal P4? No, that is the Alpha J version. Then again, action explodes all over the map all at the same time. It does get a Faust off against the M3. M3 takes damage. MG42 might actually be able to wipe this M3. Doesn't quite get the burst that he needs. MG42 wisely retreats. House J, Panzer IV is on the field. Tier 4 is getting built for Brosras here. A lot of close range squads push off Shocks of all things. More action on the right here is, looks like some AT rifles have been dropped. 222's in trouble in the center. T-70 firing on. Units. Piles push off the penals on the right side. And the Panzer IV has been seen for the first time by the Allies. Getting a little aggressive here. He throws a nade. This is not a hedgerow. You can't throw nades over these units. Oh my... Whoa! Panzer IV slaughters an entire penal squad. Jesus Christ. And the M3's about to go down as well. In a blaze of glory. That unit definitely got its money's worth. Shock's going to push off the right side. T-70 going to support on the right. Panzer IV falling back a little bit here. Good lord. Yeah, this is like a building, right? You can't throw through it or over it. This is like a blocking unit until they're destroyed. Once they're destroyed, all bets are off. A lot of AT power here. Moving right. Throws smoke to try to get a little bit of a misdirection there in, and Orangepest will, at a minimum, cut off the left side. T-34 does pop. This is the regular T-34 from Brosras. He's going to be able to get a second T-34 here relatively quickly if he can get another fuel capped. The Sulkrens go home. T-34 makes itself known on the left side. That coax doing enormous damage to the MG42 as usual. Panzer IV has to be a little bit careful because there are still plenty of penals with AT rifles here. The Soviets are not even close to out of this yet. Forces everything off on the right side. Looking for a wipe on the MG42. Everything from the Axis are coming in from the right side. Trying to get a wipe on the MG42. He does wipe that MG42 as he drops it. The penal's got to be a little bit careful. There's a lot of fire coming in from the right side. Pack fires in. Gets a miss. All the penals go home. Shock's trying to get damage in here. Throws a nade. That's a live one. Gets great hits off on those Grenadiers. Almost wipes them. Shocks have to run the gauntlet there as the second squad comes out. Tries to retreat, nade, misses. Well, he gets some hits there. Bit of damage in. Panzer IV has to fall back a little bit. Another nade goes in. That's a live one. Gets a model wipe. He's trying to wipe these peak runs if he can help it. T-70 and T-34 are going to have to face off against Panzer IV, Alice, and J, but they're going to have to fall back here as the T-34 is a bit weak. Penals have got to get out here and help his buddies. Panzer IV pops Vet 1, and Orangepest is capping up most of the map here. Some engineers kind of left out in the dark. Also got to go home. Going to run the gauntlet, but they should be all right overall. MG42 in a pinning position on the center. I think he's aware that that's there. Okay, he's definitely aware that's there now. He does have two directions, so he can go to flank it. Decides against it. He does have smoke from the shocks that can push this. I think he knows that ahead of time. Falls back with the MG42. And Orangepest looking like he's in a pretty dominant position overall. A second T-34 could put Brosras back in the game here, but a second Panzer IV is inevitable. And the pack is also going to cause so many problems. I mean, that's really going to be the deciding factor here. The pack is going to be the bane of the Allies' existence. And he needs to get these vehicles repped. Panzer IV gets another monster shot in. Good post up on the right side. He's going to lean against this building a little bit with his AT. I think that's a wise decision there. Naked Warrior, you are more than welcome. Thanks for the follow. Orangepest getting a decent VP bleed here now. Brosras doesn't have a lot of options in terms of fuel here. And Brosras sees the light at the end of the tunnel and taps. Orangepest looking strong. That was a pretty damn even fight there until the that big clash happened on the left, and then everything kind of turned on a dime. Those guys were playing conservative and then really aggressive, and then conservative and then really aggressive. But Brosras just didn't have the income there, and probably wisely decided to save his endurance for the next game. Orangepest takes game 1. Oh, it's Lil Sea King. Hey, buddy. All right, ladies and gents. Jesus Christ, everyone's playing today. Yeah, Brosras accepted the game invite at my request. I'm trying to get the most even matches I can here, but if Brosras should still be pretty, and he was playing good, certainly. And we'll get into the next game. I suspect we're going to have a timer here. We do indeed. Game begins in 2 minutes. 2-minute warning. Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. Oh, fuck it. Let's just listen to this while we wait. Actually, no, we've got the wonderful idle music in code 2. In fact, I turned this down just a scooch, didn't I? Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute in the end till the end of the period. "30 wonderful seconds." We do have Orangepest in the north as the undefeated champions of the world, America. And in the south, Brosras playing Austere with the pretty standard, indeed, and extremely standard meta commanders. Yeah, Orangepest is known for his salt, but he is good. And, you know, we're trying to get good players to play because I need games. I need good, even games to get feedback and replays. And that's why we're here. Brosras goes straight for strategic reserves, and Orangepest going mechanized. Cav rifleman known to destroy from time to time. How you doing, Scabby Bill? Well, thank you, Scabby Bill. If we can make Scabby Bill happy, I think we can make just about everybody happy. Seeking, if we can find you an opponent, I would not be opposed to continuing the cash games. But
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
the opponent part is the tricky part. In the meantime, Rifles outflanking this MG. They both decide to go right side while Orangepest wisely caps up the left while contesting at a minimum the munitions here. Oh boy. What sick camo. Really dig that camo. Lock and load, boys. Those rifles are going to get suppressed, but Orangepest is using this tank really, really well. The WC-51 truck is going to go around. Assault Grens have found out the free capping happening here on the left and have denied it. This truck deciding to drive all the way around. Suppression does come in on the rifles, so they have to go home. WC-51 going to send these assault grins home. I would have, if you guys want to organize the next like competitive setup, I would ask Sturm Tiger Gaddafi if he thinks the teams are the opponents rather are even. If he concurs with everybody's analysis, I wouldn't be opposed to doing another one.
The new grenadier squad is ready.
Piles grab the strong house, though weak in attack with only 2 windows there. .50 cal upgrade on the WC-51. Gonna rain down hate and discontent on these Sulkrans, doing a ton of damage as they try to approach the green cover.
Taking our territory.
Rifles flanking the green cover, more rifles coming in. Even capping up the real far behind point, and oh my god! The WC-51 gets murked by all this Axis infantry. Not sure why he's camping way down there. But he is nonetheless. The Axis find themselves kind of behind enemy lines here. Yeah, I was going to say Brosras might want to go home. And he does. MG42 setting up, but is getting flanked by rear echelons. They've got to go home. Brosras is getting the decap on the left side. Fuel cut off at a minimum, so that's good. Rifles looking for some model wipes here on the MG42. Not going to quite get any. And Brosras abandons the right side of the map. No one has any fuel income right now. That's all right. A lot of cutoff play happening right now. Love to see it. Oh boy, what did I just do? Yep, we're good. Orangepest kind of owns the men on the map, but not necessarily the points. So his current advantage on position is not going to pay off until he can stop this next counterattack. Assaultgren's going balls deep on these rifles in green cover. And he does push off the rifles just in time. Yeah, that is some weird map control. You are right in pointing that out, but the map is designed so that there can be many different ways to cut off points based on kind of who's where and what the hell's going on. Orangepest does finally reconnect a bunch of his points. Cav Rifle's coming in, going to do a lot of damage here. He's trying to get this MG42 set up just in time, but can he cover both sides of the fuel tankers? He can. The assault guns alone seem to push him off. And the burst from the MG42 not required. Brosras looking to get his fuel reconnected here. Orangepest popping a 50 and an LT. 222 cooking from Brosras. Brosras does have 2 Grens. This is more or less the exact same build that Orangepest did last game. Seemed to work well for him. LT's going to be able to push off that Gren. The MG42 is going to get kind of split here if he's not careful. And he does have to go home.
The enemy is taking our territory.
That's right, Math Boy, and this map is designed for aggressive players. This map is not designed to be camped. The aggressive player should always win in Company of Heroes 2. Or 1. Any Company of Heroes game. If the SimCity player wins, either the aggressive players sucked or something else terrible happened. That's creative name in it. Hey, Storm Tiger, do you consent to that matchup? Creative name versus Seeking? See if you can ping Storm Tiger Gaddafi. He's the wise man of the matchups. I believe in him. Grens need to go home on the left side. MG42 pinning down some units in the center. 50 getting flanked here by 222. Kobe Nade went in on the 50 as well. Grens get pushed off on the left, and the Doom is popping off here. Yep, take your time, Storm Tiger. I don't think this game's going to end anytime soon. Brosras is pushing back out on the map. He's got 2 MG42s now in position. Back to back. Like in the Matrix. A lot of units coming into the center here. 222. Stewart has been popped from the Allies. Trying to keep his fuel on the right side here. MG42s force off everybody. And the right side will remain cut off. Brosras doesn't have a fuel yet, but he is working on the left side of the map.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
MG's splitting off from each other now. Center MG looks like it's in a good position. 222 forcing off rifles. Rifles might take a burst from the MG42 as well as they go home. Okay, Stewart coming in here. There's got to be some localized snares. This just will not work. He will be able to cap that. He could pop incendiaries possibly on that if he had the munis, but he does... Oh no, he doesn't have the vet. Let's get the cap. 222 is going to put a couple rounds in here, trying to do some damage. Wants to force off that MG and does. MG gets a great suppression burst on this blob coming in. A pack has been popped, though. The Solgren's going to force him off on the left. Stewart facing off against 222. Can't quite get shots off.
We are losing a sector.
Solkrins are decapping the right fuel, and he's capping up the left. Brosras could have double fuels here in a second. Cav rifles coming in hard and fast. Doing a ton of damage to those Grens.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Gets the fuel on the left temporarily, but that is going to be temporary only as he's got plenty of amp coming in.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
A lot of amp about to pop here from the Axis. A 50 trying to get a pin on.
Attempting to steal our sector.
And the 50 decides to go home. Interesting. I might have stayed there with Stewart back up. Brosras still needs to connect his cutoff to be able to get back into this. 222 has survived the melee. A second 50 cooking from Orangepest. Solkred's looking to finish that cap. He really needs to get fuel at this phase in the game. 50 not quite in the capping circle. Does suppress rifles and send them home. The Solkred's pushing off engineers on the right. The rear echelons, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Volley fire coming in. He really wants to suppress them. Action happening all over the map right now. Another 50 suppresses. 222 in infantry and support pushing left. The 50s, or the MG42s pushing them off. The Stewart's going to push off these Solkrens. LT in a bit of trouble here as he falls back. 50 suppressing MG42 in the center. Finally gets inside the capping circle. I suspect that's going to be temporary.
The enemy is taking our
As the
territory.
MG gets pinned. Rifles in peril on the left here. Getting surrounded. Orangepest does decide to go home. There's just so much to micro here. As another 50 sets up on this 222, not paying attention, trying to get home. There's just too much happening. Big burst from the 50. Infantry is just spread all over the map right now.
Are seizing a
So much going on. This is very hard to micro and macro from a player perspective. Brosras really wants to get at least one of his fuels as Orangepest decaps the right side.
lines. Enemy forces are securing our territory.
50 sets up on the left. He's going to be able to get into a fair position. Assault-Run's coming in. Going to get shredded by these Cav rifles, though. He's walking through the fire.
We are losing a sector.
Another MG sets up in the center. An Axis mortar has come onto the field. This is just too much to keep track of at the same time. Suppression in the center, 50. Okay, this 222 is going to go down from the Cav rifles. Certainly. And he does go down to small arms fire. This 50 cal's in a little bit of trouble.
Inflicting losses.
50 goes down. Stewart coming in trying to prevent the decap of it. Double MG42 Grens doing work. Who knows what's happened in the center. Too much chaos happening right now. Pack getting good shots up, but those Grens are going to go down. He does get the Faust in just in time. Where's the Pack? Pack's moving up with MG42 support. He's trying to get in position to take down the Stewart. This would be a huge win for the Axis. Max range shot. Connects and takes out the Stewart. What a sick shot from the Pack.
We have 300 points remaining.
And that is a fair trade, Stewart, for 222. Brosras and Orangepest have essentially equal map control here. But Brosras not looking great on Vips. Another Kobe nade goes in. Assault nades go in. Get some damage on the LT. Mortar on the map. Raining down hate and discontent. MG42 in position. Going to be able to get suppression on this 50 possibly. Oh no, that's the stolen 50. I'm sorry. That stolen 50 is going to do a lot of damage here. Rifles trying to wipe some models here, but the Assault Grens wisely retreat. Orange trying to deny fuel. Pack's kind of left out in the wind here. 50 gets good suppression on the, MG42 just fucking getting reamed here. Too much infantry in the center. A second MG is setting up. 50 forces the LT off, though he does get the decap. Just too much infantry. This hero MG42 suppressing the entire American army. Trying to just hold the line here. There's just too many flanks. The Solgrens force him off. That mortar's just continuing to do damage. This pack's gonna get wiped though. And might actually get stolen unless the Axis get onto the field here. Cav rifles move to steel. They do grab it. The Grens are trying to force fire on this thing. Wow, wipes all the units on that pretty goddamn quickly. Mortar coming in on that 50, surely. Continuing to do damage. Stolen 50 on the left, suppresses the major. Kobe nade on the pack. Rear echelon's kind of hesitant to do what they need to do there. And the major already moves the 50 on the left. And the 50 suppresses the Grens. He just can't save his pack. That is a perilous, perilous loss for the Axis. Assault Grens moving in. Probably going to get assault nades off here. He holds off. Fair enough. And Brosras taking the map. Starting to grab up the right side. He is in tier 3. Brosras looks like he's... may have had better macro days as a second tier 2 is up. Not sure what his plan was there. Double MG42. Safely holds the right side. Piles in the center are going to be a little bit careful. 50, pretty close to max range, suppressing the major. Probably won't save the fuel. Brosras looking great on map control. If he can just hold the map for a bit, we'll be able to get some armor out here to contest the inevitable Sherman. Assaultgren's doing great damage in the center. Smoke pop from the mortar. Great smoke there. Going to force the 50 to think twice. Cav rifles facing off against Assaultgrens. That mortar doing great jet work in the center. Sturmtiger with a very wise analysis of the opponents, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I use Sturmtiger as a reference point.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Math Boy says, go for it. Alright. We may indeed. Stolen 50s, keeping Brosras in the game here. He had double fuel temporarily. He's got plenty of fuel. And he is getting his tier 3 up finally. As this, oh god, this Sherman is going to reign supreme for so long on the map, though. There's just so much shit going on. Cutoffs.
The sector has been cut off.
Six-man Assault Grens now. And double MG42 Grens doing great damage. Assault Grens doing plenty of damage on these. He's trying to get his pack back. Brosras is not happy with that pack steal. He's about to run into the enemy bases. Oh, he does wipe it. Pressing an awful aggressive here. I think he wants to get an assault nade off. This is a bold move indeed. Decides to fall back. Brosras maintaining control more or less if he can keep a cutoff. MG42 on the right here has to be a little bit careful. The rifle's creeping around. And the stolen 50 in the center is going to maintain control. Already falling on the left here. The indomitable Sherman tank on the field, and a Panzer IV is also popping. Action just absolutely all over the map right now. MG42 gets good suppression, but he's getting suppressed in turn. I mean, the map is in absolute chaos right now.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Bulldozer gets upgraded as the Panzer IV comes onto the field. Gets a good rear shot on that Sherman. The Sherman kind of out of position here. Another pack cooking from Brosras. The Sherman taking a ton of damage here from the Panzer IV. Pack gets the first shot off. We're going to see a snare very likely from the rifles, I'd imagine. More action happening on the right. Can't keep track of it, though. Stolen pack doing damage as Panzer IV is in peril. Got to back up. Smoke coming in, trying to put in some vapes on the Americans. Get them to relax a little bit. Gren's not really doing the DPS they need against those cap rifles. Forced home. Machine gun sitting up in the center. We'll be able to decap that very likely. Though he's thinking twice. Moves left. There's another 50. So many angles in the center. He's just not going to be able to set up correctly. Let's get the decap. Okay, Brosras looking like... I mean, these unit compositions are pretty even here. Just because this is anybody's game.
Enemy forces are
Trading sides yet again. Orangepest grabbing the cutoff. I absolutely love how these guys are flipping and flopping on the left and right constantly. It forces the guys to... They can't stay in the center of the map. They have to move left and right constantly. It's fantastic. This MG42, frozen apparently. Finally gets a burst off and has to go home.
We are losing a sector.
Oh, God. That MG42, really scary. Wipes the MG42 somehow. I don't know if he saw that, but he's got to run over and grab that. Gets his Grens out in time. He is trying to recap the right side. Assault Grens forcing off these rifles. Panzer IV not letting that MG being stolen. He says, "No way in hell. Sir, the center is popping. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't know how they're keeping track of all this shit. The entire map is a shit show right now. Grens on the right falling back. Assault Grens are holding off the cav rifles. Maintaining a fuel. My head's gonna melt. Beck's getting into position on the right side. Order continuing to do damage. Does have Vet 1. Panzer IV moonwalking to the right side, taking a shot from his allied pack. LT takes a hit. Brosras coming out on top on the right side. He will be able to grab that fuel. This is absolutely anarchy here on Ploes, the outskirts. I'm not gonna lie, some artillery right now would be devastating if anyone had any.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Sherman bulldozing the pipes in the center. Taking a shot from the pack. He wants to force off that 50. Pack gets another great shot. Panzer IV deflects off the bulldozer. Sherman bulldozes the deflection in turn. Just absolute. This is just a shit show. What a sick game here.
Is attempting to steal our sector.
I don't know if Orangepest is going to have more time here, Sturm Tiger, but we'll see here. I did want to get Seeking in. I offered him a game earlier. Yeah, we'll see what happens. More suppression happening on the left. Brosras desperately fighting to try to get these VPs back on his team here, but at a bare minimum, the VPs are all white. Bit of a lull in the action here. Brosras about to triple cap Vips, but that will be very temporary.
Are seizing a sector.
A second mortar pops from Brosras. He's trying to remove the capping, or the pack sitting behind the line there.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Pack taking a ton, giving out a ton of damage to the P4 here. He's got to be careful using the barrel to block. Left side's getting outflanked, and the right side as well is being contested here. This is absolutely anarchy. Already coming in on the friggin' MG here.
Our lines.
White Flash running out of gas. Jesus, jumped up, tap dancing, titty fucking roller skating. Christ, this game's off the hook. Trying to wipe this decrewed MG42 that's been over here for a while. I suspect he won't get it unless he can't get those assault guns to walk up and pick it up. He decides against it with an A move. Double mortar, trying to get some more hits off here. Another vehicle being built. Gonna see a lot of Panzer IVs and a lot of Shermans duking it out here. Machine gun crossfire in the center. Has got to be careful. Double mortar raining down hate discontent. Full health Panzer IV coming in to try to push off the infantry. Mortar's in a little bit of trouble here. Second P4 does pop. Allied armor is gearing up on the right side of the map, looking to surprise the Axis. More artillery coming in on the pack. Sherman in the center's got to be a little bit careful. Sherman getting flanked here as intended, or Panzer IV rather, by the Sherman. Doesn't quite get to capitalize, using more smoke to a great effect. Panzer IV on the left, all alone. Sherman decides to back off. Holy fuck, man. How we doing, Van Sager? Oh my god, this game. So much action in the center here. This MG is covered by another MG. The Panzer IV is in big trouble. Sherman looking for a shot. Doesn't quite get it. The pack is going to be able to push off the Sherman. Full health Panzer IV looking to get some more damage in. Oh, he's looking to wipe this pack.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Sherman trying to force off the P4 here. Holy shit, man. Whew! Okay, Orange is keeping a VIP lead here overall. Brosras is starting to feel that as you see him capping up VIPs more. In the center, Pack gets a good shot from the Allies. Mortar's raining down hate. Big blob here coming on the left, but he also, Sherman's on the right coming into the center. He's getting into a little bit of trouble here as the infantry are overwhelming the suppressive fire. Shermans are facing off against P4s left and right.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Sherman, Vape Nation's the center. And the infantry overwhelmed the left side. Mortar's in a bit of trouble. He's got to be careful here.
Forces are securing our territory.
Holy Lord. As Orangepest grabs the field once again. Looks like a 50 in the field is being destroyed. Arnhem, thank you for the... Arnhem Sex God, you are very welcome in this channel. Thanks for the follow. Panzer IV is getting artied here. Gotta be a little careful here moving in this close. Oh, and a tanker goes out in a blaze of glory. Brosras moving right to try to grab some VIPs.
To steal our sector.
Double mortar is doing great damage here in the center. Can't prevent the cap, though.
Lines of supply are disrupted.
It's going to opt for the right side. Forces off the infantry.
We are in a dangerous
All the American infantry have vacated the center. It's pretty much wide open. He's going to be able to secure this right side. But the double fuels for Orangepest are going to be a great boon to his forces if he can grab yet another vehicle. Orangepest has occupied the left building here with some bazookas. A great flanking spot that building is if you can take it. Gren's got to be careful here on the right. They might get wiped. They have to go home. Chaos in the center here. This game is too hot to cast.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Panzer IV is forcing the issue in the center. That Stalin pack has been a boon. The Panzer IV goes down on the right side. Brosras starting to crack here. Sherman outflanking the Panzer IV, and Brosras sees the inevitability of his position and taps. Whew. Shit. And Orangepest comes out on top. Oh my god. Oh. Well played, everybody. Very well played. And you have your best of 3 champion. The Orangepest comes out on top in 2. Very good games. Holy shit. Congratulations, Orangepest. My flash, don't forget to fucking save that. Sarova, thank you for the follow. Game 2 certainly was better than Game 1. You can see, though, Brosras was a little bit behind kind of the whole game. It felt like that a little bit, and the VP cadence reflected that fact. Yeah. I asked Brosras, I'm like, hey, do you have any feedback from that match? And he goes, US MGOP. He's joking, obviously, but yeah. Holy monkeys. Alright, Storm Tiger, get out. Get your sweet ass in here. I need a co-caster for this next set. Let's do another one. Best of 12. Fuck it. No, let's do another set. I'm down. I might need to have a drink though, because I'm like, this takes a lot out of me. I'm gonna pay out the winner here, ladies and gents. Storm Tiger, I don't know, you might actually be in the chat already. Oh, I'm muted, I'm a dumbass. Sorry about that, Storm Tiger, forgot I was muted.
Yeah, there you go, I can hear you now.
There he is, Big Daddy G's in the house. I'm gonna pay out Orangepest here, and what do we say? Seeking, again, you said there would be a bit blobby, but fuck it, I'm alright with that. I think Seeking he's played the map a bit, and I forget his challenger creative name if he's in.
Wait, hold on. Let me explain myself, because I don't think I expressed myself properly in that short message that you read.
Sure.
Obviously, both players tend to win majority of their games within 20 minutes, which sort of tells me that they rely on a lot of early units, and that's what we want to see. That's what we're going to see. That's fine. However, the reason why I'm sort of for this type of map is because, as you said, this map is for aggressive play, and it's geared towards that. So I'm really curious to see, how the unstoppable force meets the immovable object, right?
Ah, yes. I like that.
But style-wise, I would probably say Orangepest versus Creative Rain would have been a more quality of a series, simply because we could get a guy that tends to have a more variety in his build versus a guy that just goes main, so see what he can do in the early game and then progresses on. So could have been a more entertaining series, but regardless.
Yeah, no, that set we just saw was pretty fucking good. Like, that was... Whenever a guy gets up to like 2 Sherman, 2 P4, and then they try to out-position each other, and then it turns into a shit show, that's always fair. And that game 2 in particular, was so... I was trying to track everything, but it's happening... It seemed like the engagements were constantly, especially the second half, were spread out everywhere. Like, the whole goddamn time.
Yep.
Which is a great indicator for the map.
I only caught a glimpse of it, so sort of going on.
Yeah. We're looking to get into the next set. Everybody, we're oh, I'm still fried after that one. All right, our victor has been paid out. Thank you again, Orangepest and Brosras, for playing that set, getting us warmed up here. Storm Tiger Gaddafi, you want to do a group Steam chat with the guys that you think can play, and then we'll see if they're both available?
Yeah, but
I need to take...
talk about Seeking versus Creative Name?
Yeah, feel free. I need to take like a $5 here and reset.
Creative Name might be in game as well, so I don't know.
Sure, yeah. Let's put something on a little less crazy here. We'll put on some